One story that um, resonates with me a lot, and there's several stories in the Bible um, that have that I can resemble to. I like I see myself in these stories and specific parts of them as well, more than others. And one of these stories, the story of Joseph. He was a promised child, and how he was set apart in a sense by the father, and his home father treated him differently than the rest of his sons, because he was special. Special in the way that he spent his whole childhood and most of his early life just learning, not working in the field, but learning things that his father felt from the Creator, from Yah, to learn. And and the story goes that his brothers were jealous, and they ended up selling him into slavery. And long story short, he ends up being one of the most important dudes in the land of Egypt, is it? So he ends up being the redeemer, of his own people, and how that story goes. All the things that he had to be a prisoner before. He was always like ridiculed and thrown aside by his brothers. His brothers didn't see the value in him. His father knew the value in him because his father believed in the promise that Yah had given him, which is why he treated Joseph differently. Joseph went through a lot of turmoil. I can imagine, when you're reading the text, you can just imagine the difficulties that he had because he was different, because he wasn't the same. And obviously at the end of the story, we see how all of that was for a good purpose. That always reminds me of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, our Messiah. That one time when he showed up to the party, showed up to the party, and he turned the water into wine. But there's a key part of that story that connects with the story of Joseph, which is he tells the master of the he turns the water into wine, and then the master of the party says, who is this that saves the best wine for last? After he tasted the wine, he was like, yo, this is fire. This is the best wine yet. And he marveled, and he was like, who is this? Who is this? That saves the best wine for last. And I think that's it's a really good connection with Joseph, because Joseph was the best wine that was saved for last. And that hits home for me, because I often feel like Joseph. Yeah. So just wanted to share that thought, and maybe you can resonate. Maybe you can. Maybe you are there, or you're wondering worth anything. And I assure you, if you have the Father, and He has brought you this far, and when I say this, just imagine all the things in your mind that He has brought you through. And just know that it's not in vain. That it all comes together in the end. Because He's true, and He's not a man to lie. So, just wanted to share that thought. Bless you.